welcome back to the Famous Chili Podcast, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all of our content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Guys, it's only me and Ari today. I'm sorry. Unexpected, but we got some good topics for you guys today. And one of the major ones we're going to talk about right now, and it just happened just yesterday. The worst thing that could ever happen to mankind. Mankind thought it wouldn't happen, and it still happened. Vegas thought it wouldn't happen, and it still happened. I thought it wouldn't happen, and it still happened. Guys, the worst thing that can ever occur to mankind. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl yet again. Man, we are sick of seeing these idiots in the Super Bowl. We're sick of seeing them.
Tired of it, man.
I'm tired of it. I don't want to see crybaby Mahomes, crybaby Kelsey win another one. And I'm really disappointed in the 49ers because they had the win in the bag. They had it. It was right there.
It was actually really frustrating. The beginning. Let's talk about the beginning of the game. This was, first of all, this was a great Super Bowl.
Good Super Bowl.
Amazing Super Bowl.
Not
amazing.
Great. Good.
I thought
good.
Good Super. No, I would say great. The ending made it.
The ending
great.
was good. The ending was good.
If the beginning half was good, it would be amazing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. The first half was really slow, but I wouldn't say it's slow because they were still putting up big yards, but there was just a bunch of turnovers in the red zones, which made them not score.
Yeah,
at least they were moving the ball. Unlike the fucking Patriots Rams game, that was just straight like nobody moved the ball. Like this one at least had some action going the entire time, you know.
Yo guys, we just want to take a little break from today's video to thank our sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is here to help you buy tickets in the easiest way possible. All you have to do is just download the SeatGeek app and SeatGeek will help you find affordable tickets to all your favorite events. Maybe you want to go see Lil TJ perform live, or you want to go see Nishk Patel on his Fast and Loose comedy tour. SeatGeek has got you covered. And it's so simple. All you have to do is just download the SeatGeek app and start searching. SeatGeek will filter through hundreds of different tickets to help you find the best deals. And remember, green means good and red means bad. And on top of that, SeatGeek will also let you see the view of your seats before you even purchase them, so you know exactly what you're getting. So if you're interested in getting the best deals on tickets to your favorite events, download the SeatGeek app from the link in our description and use our code FAMOUSCHILI for $20 off your first purchase. Thanks, SeatGeek, and let's get back to the video. But no, I agree. Dude, it was a lot of really weird turnovers and a lot of good defensive play. And may I say, a lot of penalties, like a ton of penalties, bro. So many.
I don't know.
One drive had like 2 penalties back to back in the beginning, making it like 3rd and 22 on one of the drives. It was like insane, you know, because like to look at the game and to think about like how many yards the penalties set back both teams. I think it was like 60 yards on both teams that the penalties set them back, you know. I feel like it made such a detrimental like impact to that game because there was a lot of the times where the penalties bailed out a team and also affected a team really badly as well. And I feel like that was a big part of the game. A lot of false starts, a lot of offsides. I think there was a holding call or 2, something like that. But there was a lot of false starts.
The thing is, there weren't controversial calls at all. These were penalties. Like
these were penalties. No controversial calls. No.
That's why if a penalty is obviously there, they gotta call it. I'm not going to complain about there being too many penalties if they actually deserve to be penalized. You know,
exactly.
That's why I'm happy it's not a controversial game like last year's Super Bowl. You know,
don't get me started.
The second half was actually insane. I was
action-packed
on my feet the entire second half pretty much. When it went to overtime, it was so hype because I wanted the 49ers to win, obviously, but at the same time, I wasn't really that upset if the Chiefs won because in the back of my mind, I still want Mahomes to pass Brady.
Shut up.
And so I still want him to pass Brady.
Do not ever utter those words in front of me.
Him winning this one, but I
quit.
I just wanted Christian McCaffrey to get his ring. I needed him to get his ring now because I don't think they will get another shot. I think this was their last year.
That was it.
I don't think they do this again next year.
There's something we need to talk about, which actually there was a controversial thing, and that was the overtime. So for the viewers, if you don't know, there's new playoff overtime rules where now both teams get the ability to go down and score. It's not just the first team, and if they score, the game is over. They both get a chance. And now, apparently, this is like not even like outside source. This is directly from 49ers players. They did not prep the team on the new overtime rules like the Chiefs did. The Chiefs had 2 meetings in that Super Bowl week to figure out what to do if we go to overtime. The 49ers had 0. So when they won that toss and they decided to receive, that was the utmost worst decision they ever could have made. In the scenario when you have when you have another chance to actually go for it, because regardless if they score or not, you still have that chance to go and score. You take that and you defer. You give them that 3-down territory where they have to convert it. Not have to convert it. You give them that 3-down territory where on 4th down, if it's not a good positioning on the field, they'll punt it and they'll give the ball to you.
Yeah.
And then the power's in your
And then you
hands.
just need a field goal. You just need a field
Because
goal.
then you need a field goal. Because not only do you need a field goal, on top of that, you also now know that if it comes down to it on like a 4th down or something, now you'll feel more inclined to go for it. Because now you know the game's on the line. It's more worth it. Because if you give the chance back to them, it's not a win.
That. Yeah. I did see that thing about the 49ers players not being told about it, but I'm a little confused about how they haven't been told, because this the same rules that have been here throughout the entire playoffs, and this has been here for over a year now. Like, surely they should be aware that this is happening. I don't care if the refs didn't tell them the day before the game. It's the same rules as the rest of the playoff games. There's nothing different about it, was there?
No.
It's the same rules as the rest of the playoffs.
I think what they say they didn't know about the rules, I think really was they just did not prepare. They didn't prepare for this scenario.
It just meant they didn't understand it. I think they literally just meant they were a little bit confused about
how.
First of all, I don't get why it took them this long to implement this rule into the game, and why is this not in every single regular season game too? Why is this just a playoff thing? Why does it not make common sense that each team should each get a chance to score? How does it ever make sense to only give one team the chance to score in the overtime? I don't care if it's the playoffs. I don't care if it's the regular season. They should always have that rule.
Yeah, they should. They really, really, really should. But okay, actually, something just came to my mind, and it's kind of a counterpoint as to what I was saying before. I said they should have deferred it. To be honest, their defense was playing on the field a long time for that game, and they had just right before the regular part of the game, the time ended. The defense was on that field for a couple of minutes right there. I think it was like 2 or 3 minutes, and it was high intensity because they were running, because the Chiefs were running no huddle, so they were running, getting that defense going. And then when they got to the overtime, maybe they decided okay, let's give our defense a rest right now. Let's go and try to put some points on the board while they rest. So now that could be the opposite side of the strategy, but regardless, you cannot give Mahomes that do or die situation. And the last play of the game. Oh my God! How many times have they won that
play? What a ballsy play!
No, it's not. Can I tell you why?
Dude, no.
Let me explain it.
With 3 seconds left, they did not stop the clock and they let it run out. If they missed that, they're done. They could have kicked the field goal and then they would have been fine to keep going. That was really risky.
They have won not 1, not 2, but 3 Super Bowls off that same exact play. They
didn't run it last year, did they?
They the last touchdown they got was on that play. It was
same play.
It was to Kadarius Toney. It was a little fake motion in, a little quick quick out, and a toss from Mahomes. Both of the, and you know why it works? Because you have the safety and the back who's playing man on Kelsey, both playing double. Because Kelsey down that middle is the most dangerous thing possible. So that leaves who? Wide open out, and that's not once, not twice, but 3 times. Ballsy calls win the game. I mean, kudos to Mahomes, the Chiefs. They did it on a year where no one thought they would win. They beat the Bills. Yeah. They built the Ravens. They beat the Niners.
This was the year to stop them.
This was
the year to stop them.
But they couldn't.
Now, if they go again next year,
it's a dynasty.
I want to see the 3-peat. At that point. I will 100% root for them. Unless they're facing the Packers or the Giants, I will root for the Chiefs next year if they're in the Super Bowl.
I physically can't do that. Every ounce of
my body want to see let that happen. 3-peat. So that's never happened in football, right?
Which is why I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. Stay away from my records.
That'll
please.
Be so sick.
No.
Oh my God.
Man, bro, I am so.
Dude, also, the first touchdown of the game, we have to talk about that.
Beautiful.
The 49ers touchdown.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. First of all, I was so confused when the play started. When I saw like the lateral pass behind the line of scrimmage, I was
It
like,
took
"What
forever.
the fuck is going on?"
It took so long.
It was
to get
so
that
slow.
lateral.
And then from there, he threw it back. Jawan Jenkins, horrible throw, by the way. Jawan Jenkins hit a horrible pass to CMC. Oh, sorry, Jennings, yeah. Jawan Jennings hit a horrible throw to CMC. And then CMC, bro, carried it through like three defenders,
Like a
bam, bam,
rocket.
into the end zone.
That was
What
beautiful.
a beast.
Beautiful play call. And that's not the first time they've done it this season as well. I'm pretty sure they did it against, man, I can't remember who, but they run that flea flicker play with McCaffrey before, and it's worked.
Amazing.
Amazing. I was watching with my cousins. I was so confused. I was, what's going on? I'm like, is he throwing this deep? Like, there's no one open. Is he gonna run it? Is he just gonna throw it out of bounds?
He has so much time.
He
has so much time.
I was so anxious. I was like, yo, throw the damn ball now, please.
I know.
And he throws it back. Beautiful. And the crowd erupted.
Crazy. Dude, the fucking apartment I was in erupted. Bro.
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
That was
nobody saw that coming off that play. That was insane.
Nobody.
I thought, okay, maybe CMC gets that like few yards, but he broke free and then he just got loose, man.
Yeah. You know, there's a funny fact I saw on Instagram today. Kyle Shanahan has been the coach for 3 Super Bowl comebacks in which he's lost. The first against the Patriots, he was a coach for the Falcons, 28-3. The second is the last Super Bowl they were in. They were up like 13 something. It was like a double digit deficit, and now yesterday, same thing. They're up.
I don't count this one. This is not a comeback. That's not a comeback.
Double digit deficit. Technically, it's a comeback.
Technically, dude, okay.
Technically,
you get.
Okay, literally,
they're up 10-0. Dude, if it's 10-0 and I have the ball, I don't consider that a comeback because I score on that drive and it's a 3-point game all of a sudden. Like
fair. But I'm just saying technically, it's a comeback. But okay. Let me ask you something. What's next for Brock Purdy? What happens next after another big Super Bowl loss? Does he regress? Does he get better next year? Like, because he's not going to have the same team. Lie.
He won't have the same team. I think who's leaving this year? Ayuk's leaving, right?
Ayuk's probably leaving. I don't know if is Trent Williams going to get re-signed. Is Trent Williams a free agent? I'm pretty sure he is.
No. I don't think he has the same team around him. And as much as I don't like when people hate on Brock Purdy, I don't think he's able to replicate this season because as much as people want to shit on him, he had a great season.
Yeah,
he had a great season.
He did.
If it wasn't for the Ravens game, he still would have been in high contention for MVP. He wouldn't have gotten it, but he would have been very high in contention.
Yeah.
It's just that Ravens game because you literally pit the 2 MVP candidates head to head. They're gonna give it to the guy who won. You know, after that game, he was out of contention because if you lose to Lamar, they're not gonna give it to you after you lose to Lamar. You know,
yeah,
it was never gonna happen.
I agree. I mean, I honestly I feel like next year for quarterbacks is huge. A huge year. There's a lot.
Good rookie class too.
This is honestly because the thing about this rookie class is the one after this they're saying is not going to be good. They're saying this is the last good rookie class for a pretty long time for now. So we're looking at Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. We have a lot of quarterbacks who are on the chopping block. Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields. You know, these guys might be gone next season. And now we have a lot of QBs who are itching to prove themselves. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, like these guys can't keep losing to Patrick Mahomes. We both thought they would save us, but they did not save us at all.
They didn't, man. No one can save us. No one can save us now. No one can save you from Mahomes. No one can save you from the script writers, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my God! Did you see the tweet from Joe Biden?
Joe Biden. Yeah. What the? Why is that? Which intern got on at POTUS and started? No, not even at POTUS. It was at Joe Biden, his personal account. Yeah. At Joe Biden,
getting fired.
And started tweeting that meme.
Someone's getting fired.
No, I swear Joe Biden's account's been going off recently. I don't know why. Now, just because of that one post, my whole Twitter recommended thing, it's just at Joe Biden, and he's talking shit to Trump, and it's like, what the fuck? I had no idea Joe Biden even used Twitter. Like.
Dude, when I saw that was just like, I was like, dude, this guy's such an alpha male, bro. Like, he's such a trash president. He's gonna go about and be like, yeah, I handled the script, bro. The script came, but like, at least we know now the script came directly from the Oval Office. You know, it wasn't.
Of course. It's all to promote the vaccine, man.
It's all. It's all to promote the vaccine. It's insane.
Obviously, we know it's obviously a hoax. I definitely didn't have COVID 2 weeks ago.
COVID is not real. But yeah. Oh, another memorable thing from the game. The Super Bowl halftime show. There was a lot of like.
Yes.
There was a lot of diversity on what like people thought. Some people thought it was pretty good because of the lineup, and a lot of people thought it was really, really, really bad and mid. You know, I was expecting.
Yeah.
I was expecting, in my
lot of mixed
opinion,
reviews.
a little better guests and a better song choice. I feel like he definitely.
See, this is. I think this is the problem, right? Better guests. I don't think he could have done better guests unless
JB.
he got Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could have made it better. And he
Yeah.
was in the stadium. He was in the stadium.
He was there.
You know,
He was there.
I'm not gonna complain about the guests. This is one of the best like surprise guest lineups I've seen in
Yeah.
a long time. He
Luda
brought, like,
too.
5 people.
He brought Luda
Dude,
out of
oh my god!
retirement.
First off, Alicia Keys, banger already.
Banger.
Alicia Keys by herself, I thought was enough.
Lil Jon.
Then brings out Lil Jon, of course. First of all, during Lil Jon's performance, what the fuck was happening with that guy in the background was flying, bro? Did you see the people?
Oh my god, they were like,
Lil Jon?
yeah, there was like one guy just getting tossed, bro. He was getting tossed.
What the fuck? Dude, you can't not be hype when Lil Jon's out there, bro. You're getting moshed around, bro.
John,
and then after that, Snake, Will I Am?
I know.
Dude,
that was insane.
I forgot that was even Usher's song. Like that's crazy. What a fucking throw. CeeLo Green? CeeLo came out there, bro. That's
really?
crazy itself too. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that one. I'm gonna be honest.
There was like a big, like pretty fat looking guy there, and we were all like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "That
CeeLo?
looks like CeeLo." I was like, "That looks like CeeLo if he lost weight." And then I find out that actually was CeeLo.
What? I had no idea.
So it looks like he lost some weight, man.
Oh, and then, dude, obviously bringing out her, bro. Bringing out her.
Yeah.
Her went from singing the national anthem when she was 11 to performing in the halftime show. Like, talk about progress.
What a great singer, by the way.
Yeah,
her
great,
vocals
great.
are amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's just
and then of course Luda comes out.
Luda comes out. Fireverse.
I got so hyped, bro.
Fireverse. Oh my god.
I'm a little disappointed that he didn't do certain songs. There were certain songs I was hoping
DJ got us falling in love.
DJ got us falling in love.
I was like, come on, man.
There was another one that what was the other? I can't remember the other one, but there were a lot of classics.
Did he do Confessions? Did he do Confessions Part 2?
He had to have done Confessions. There's no way he didn't. That's like one of his.
I actually don't recall, to be honest. It was a pretty long show. He had a lot of songs.
Yeah. See, here's the thing with Super Bowl halftime shows, right? When they get these like pop R&B singers, it's normally really hit or miss depending on which songs they go for, because their R&B songs are of course classics, right? Usher is like a goat when it comes to that scene. He's absolutely amazing. I think the reason a lot of people are hating on it is because first of all, most of the people hating on it are probably our age, because they maybe only know Usher's pop songs, you know, and they don't know the old classic R&B hits that he had, which literally were the biggest songs of their time, you know, because those probably came out like when we were really young, or some even before we were born, like 2004, 2003.
And we only heard about it probably until like 2010, probably.
Right. So we don't have the same exact attachment to it, you know. So I think that's part of the reason. But I think you cannot deny how good of a performance that was as a show and as a performance. That is one of the best I've seen. What he did for that performance is crazy. The choreography, amazing. Sets, amazing.
It's hard to say that it was one of the best because I think it was pretty basic. I didn't see anything.
The performance?
I don't think I saw anything that was like truly like out of his character. I just thought, you know, obviously the backup dance.
But that's because he is a great performer. Why would he have to go out of character for it?
But think about it. Like, if you see like Bruno Mars's performance, like the whole thing is in that cool wavy style, you know, like the whole Bruno Mars, like it's just Bruno Mars just splattered everywhere all over in the choreography.
But not really. Also, Bruno Mars switched up the style a bunch of times.
Now he has like that cool like 90s style. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean, but I think it's even more impressive that Usher's able to pull off so many different types. They went from classic R&B singer, like in the walking across the field, singing on the stage by himself, another set. Then he switches out to rollerblades, and then they cut off to a mosh pit with Lil Jon. Like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah. I definitely think
in terms of sets, that's
it was good.
one of my favorites. My favorite set is, of course, in terms of set design, has to be the Dr. Dre show, because that
Yes,
set design, as
that
simple
was
as it was,
amazing. So
just having the
iconic.
Compton courthouse, it's so iconic, so iconic.
Super iconic.
But yeah, I think it was a good halftime show, and people are hating on it a little bit too much. But who would you want to see as a Super Bowl halftime show next year?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people. I think
There's a lot of people who I
have
think
left.
could do amazing
I
here.
can give you a couple of people I want. And lately, what I've been seeing in the top of mine is Justin Bieber. I want
Yep.
a JB halftime show. I feel like he's really come into his voice with the acoustic and the vocals recently, and I think he's a great performer. Like him, if he brings Kid Laroi on as well to the Super Bowl halftime show, them together as a duo is beautiful. That is something I
Yeah.
really, really want to see.
Dude, honestly, Justin Bieber would be insane. It's kind of crazy to see how much everybody like switched up now. Like now, when we were younger, everybody had to hate Justin Bieber because
Yeah,
it was
but
like
now everyone
not cool
loves
to like
him.
him. Now everyone can
Everybody.
admit like he's just amazing.
He's
like he's amazing.
It's just because his raw vocals just trump
I know.
anything.
His
You
voice
know?
is just and even it's just the way he's able to convey emotion through his voice is just insane. Like Ghost, seeing him perform Ghost live in some of these
Yeah.
videos is crazy.
It is just absolutely like astonishing. I think like
Yeah.
if we're talking like a couple years down the line, a couple of like duos we can see, like trio, you know, we can see something of like Tate McRae down the line.
I did see someone
Ariana
saying that,
Grande, Ariana Grande. We could probably see like maybe Taylor Swift coming up as well. Doja Cat.
I don't think she would do it. I don't think Taylor Swift would do it.
I don't think she wants
I'm pretty
it
sure
either.
I'm pretty sure she's been offered and denied it. Because you have to remember also these people, it's like it's money for them. Like they have to pay for the entire show.
They don't get paid at all. They get paid $0.
They lose money. They lose money. They have to pay to put on the show.
Yeah, but
it all comes out of their
it's
pocket,
just like
you know?
it's just like a great experience. You know, everyone vies to
and
be
great and
part of that. Like
you can't get
halftime
better
show.
promo than that.
Yeah,
You can't get better
literally,
promo than
dude.
that.
112 million views. Like,
Yeah.
like it's hard. It's hard to beat that.
Besides Justin Bieber, I think the only other person at the top of my mind who still fits this category that they've been going with of like the pop star R&B artist mix, you know, I don't think they'll ever get him because he's done some things that are a little bit questionable, especially towards a certain previous halftime show performer. But I think Chris Brown would do an amazing halftime
Chris
show.
Brown would do
one
a
of the best
great one. Yeah,
Chris Brown is literally Usher for our generation, pretty much. Like, or like more our generation, I guess.
probably. Yeah,
because Chris Brown is literally Usher. He's literally Usher. He's a perfect
same type of
singer
R&B
and
style.
dancer. And also, he's one of the best dancers out there. Like same as Usher. Like Usher literally walked so Chris Brown could run. Like that's literally what happened.
That's
and
interesting, though. Yeah,
I think he would do amazing. I don't think they would ever bring him on though, which kind of sucks. But
So now let me pose this question: do you think they'll ever bring on Drake in the near future for a halftime show?
no.
You don't think so?
As amazing as I think it would be, I don't see him doing it. Because surely he would have done it by now. Like he's not going to get any bigger. Maybe like 10 years down the line, and they want to do like a throwback, they'll bring on Drake. But I don't see him doing it anytime soon.
You don't think so? Because I feel like a lot of the artists who did it,
so.
a lot of the artists who did it did after a really like big album release, and a couple years after that too. I feel like it wasn't like straight in their primes.
Exactly, it's not in their primes. Drake is still kind of been killing it, man. Not in terms of quality, but he's
in
still
terms of
really,
views,
really,
yeah, in terms of listening,
in terms of like numbers and the amount of music he's putting out, he's still really active. You know, like how often are you seeing an Usher album come out? I'm sure now he's doing something because of the Super Bowl. You know, like but. When Eminem did it, Dr. Dre did it, they didn't have an album out for like Eminem didn't do an album for like 4 years.
Yeah, but those guys are the classics though. Like it's hard to
exactly
not like
exactly, and it's the same thing. Rihanna hadn't dropped an album since what 2018 or something, 2019.
And she still killed it. She killed that show.
2016.
Yeah, she killed that
That's
show.
What I'm saying. I think if they get Drake, it'll be a long ways down the road. But I'm sure at that time we're old. We're gonna hear like "Find Your Love" come on, and it'll be.
Ooh, that would be amazing. How do you feel about How do you feel about Shawn Mendes as a possible like Super Bowl halftime performer? I feel like he's an
I wouldn't
interesting one.
mind it. I don't think he has the catalog. I don't think he has the catalog. I think it'll be like 3 songs that I find good, and they'll be so similar in style that it won't be good enough
Yeah, fair.
for performance.
I'm just mad because I really wanted to see DJ God Has Fallen in Love tonight, yesterday,
Same.
during the Super Bowl. I was really, because I was talking
I was
to my
really hoping
cousins
for
and
it.
we were like discussing like what part of his discography we think we'll see, and like, oh my God, yeah. And DJ God Has Fallen in Love was like 3, like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has to play it. He has to
yeah.
play it. And we thought he'd start off with like, yeah, or oh my God. Like, I can already like imagine it, right? Like him starting it and be like, oh
Oh
my
my
God,
god,
baby, you love me now.
dude! Oh my god, I've
Soon.
missed Will I Am, bro. Will I Am was
Oh
crazy.
my God. Okay. I just thought of like the greatest performer, Jason Derulo.
When I was younger, I always would tell people I want Jason Derulo was my pick because when I was younger, I loved him. I still love him.
Yeah.
I still really want him to do it again. I just don't think it happens. I think it's a little bit too late now. I think his the best time to get him would have been during COVID because he kind of blew up on TikTok again
Yeah.
and was like really popular over social media. So I think that would have been a great time to do it. But I think it's a little too late. It would go crazy though because
I
again,
would.
great
I would not
songs,
mind.
straight bangers, great performer, great dancer. It would go down great.
Yeah.
But now Rishi, I'm gonna give you a little task here. Okay,
I'm
I'm
ready.
gonna give you 5 Super Bowl halftime performances, and you're gonna have to
Oh.
blind rank them. Okay,
Okay.
blind ranking the best Super Bowl halftime show. Starting off, I'm giving you Katy Perry. Where are you putting that 1 through 5?
Damn, because I was thinking about this earlier, and if I were had to like give a top 10, I kind of put Katy Perry in like an honorable mention. Like her Super Bowl show was
Really?
iconic, but I just think there's a lot of better ones. But I'm gonna play a little safe here because I do think hers was amazing, and I'll put her at 4 in my blind ranking.
4. Okay, that's respectable. That's
I'll put her at
respectable.
4.
Next, I'm gonna give you another one that a little bit split opinions here. Rihanna.
Ooh, hoo, hoo. Okay, so another thing, man. Like I kind of tie Rihanna, J Lo, Shakira as at that 5 category, but
Really?
I really tie them at that 5 category because I think Rihanna, she was pregnant while performing as well. Like if you
Yeah.
remember, and we've talked about
Which
Rihanna
is
before.
insane, by the way, because
Yeah,
considering what she did, like,
it was
yeah,
wild. It was wild. I'm thinking in terms of choreography, in terms of song selection, she chose banger after banger after banger,
banger after
and
banger after
she
banger, bro.
she still put on a really great performance. She was on those rafters at the top, like 3
Yeah.
of those things. Um, yeah, I rate it highly. But I still think that just based off the way that I think you might go about this, I want to put it at 5. I did.
You're gonna put Rihanna at
I
5?
don't think. Actually, I do think Katy Perry was better than Rihanna. I want to put her
No.
at 5, but, but just off recency bias and how much I love Rihanna right now, I'm gonna put her at 3.
Okay. Okay.
You
Interesting.
know I love the
I
Queen.
think I think the Rihanna performance got a lot of hate. I was hating on it during the performance, to be fair, too. But looking back, and I've watched that like performance over so many times
Yeah,
because I was thinking, why did I think it was bad? I watched it and I was like, there's nothing not to like here. It's straight bangers on song selection. The performance was not bad. Like I think during watching it, I thought the performance was a little like underwhelming, and not because it was bad, but because I know how good a performer Rihanna is.
yeah.
But I think people hate it a little too much.
A little
If
too much.
anybody goes back and watches it, they'll realize how great it was. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. All right.
All right. Now you might be wishing you put Katy Perry a little bit lower, man,
Oh
or maybe
man,
I know where you're putting this, but I'm throwing in this year's Usher.
5,
Where do you rank Usher?
5.
5, 5, straight
Put him at
5.
5. Put him at
Okay,
5.
okay.
There's no question.
Do
We
you think
talked
that'll
about it.
ever? Do you think that'll grow, or is it just because it's so recent you don't have any
I don't
like
think
memory
so.
attached?
I think I like Usher as an R&B artist, but like you said, as much as I've listened to a lot of his discography, I still will mostly remember his top hits. And like those 3 main songs are the
Mm,
ones that I'll always go back to, not the other ones. The other
mm.
ones, like if I'm really feeling Usher one day, I'll go back and listen to that. But it's always going to be, oh my God, 4, oh my God, baby, DJ God Has Fallen in Love, and yeah, Those are the 4 I'll always go back to.
Mm,
So this is a straight put him at 5.
yeah.
So now this is 1 and 2 now.
Okay.
So I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Solid list so far. Solid list so
Solid
far.
list.
Next, I'm giving you Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem,
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent surprise guest. Where are you throwing that?
I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy to put this at 2. I don't think it's the best one of all time. I just think the nostalgia factor was the greatest. But I definitely think there were better performances. And remember, this is opinion.
Okay.
This is opinionated. I know of course.
No. This is fact. This is fact.
I know this is your one. It's Eminem, man. Eminem at the Super Bowl is the greatest like configuration of everything from your brain all into one performance. And I think it's your one. I know it's your one, but it's my 2.
It is my one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think you're gonna be really happy. Like, you're stuck with this one at number 1, and it's Bruno Mars.
I'm happy with that. I knew it was Bruno. It was Bruno Mars.
Super Bowl was
Bruno
amazing.
Mars or it's Coldplay. Wait. Which one?
The original 2014.
The 2014, not Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50 was not a good one. That was not a good one at all. I did not enjoy that one. 2014?
Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What a great performance.
Dude,
what would you actually put as your personal favorite, though? I think that's a really solid list. I probably would have the exact same, just switch 1 and 2.
Man, I mean, okay. So I remember we've discussed this before. Based off the ones we've seen versus based like live versus based off the ones I've seen on video. Based off the ones I see on video, objectively, you got to put Prince at number 1. Just because when he was singing Blue Rain, it was actually raining during his performance, which I thought it was just like, wait, Blue Rain? Is that
Blue Rain, yeah? Blue Rain, yeah?
Wait.
Oh, here come the comments of all these
no.
Gen Z kids don't know anything.
Oh God. Okay, whatever.
Bro, no way you just called it Blue Rain, bro. Oh my God.
Wait, what is it? Actually,
It's Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. I knew it was close.
Dude,
it was
there's
actually
no Blue Rain. That's just rain. That's just rain.
Anyways, I think that was just nostalgic. Maybe tied with Michael Jackson at 1. But if we're talking about ones that I've seen,
dude.
We're talking about ones that I've seen, Bruno Mars at 2014.
That's your one.
That's my one.
Really? Okay.
That's my one.
Yeah, my one's the Dr. Dre one.
Fair.
I don't think I will ever have that feeling of just the best entrance, by the way, being raised up with the piano.
Yes. That was the best intro of all time. Actually, the best intro.
And then, of course, forgot about Dre goes into Eminem's verse. It slows down, winds up.
50%.
Eminem just comes through the platform, and you just hear the 3 most iconic chords. Yeah. That guitar riff comes through.
I love that one.
Dude, I was at like my family friend's house. My mom just like immediately looked at me. She was like, "Oh, Ari's the song." And I don't think I've ever like been sitting with that much of a smile on my face in like so long. I couldn't help but smile just hearing those opening chords come through of "Lose Yourself" as he rises up. That'll always be my one.
Iconic.
You can't beat Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and then 50 Cent surprise guest. Like, you're not beating that.
That probably. Excuse me, sorry. That may actually be the greatest Super Bowl lineup we've seen ever,
100%.
Hands down.
I agree the performance could have been a little bit better because most of it was them in one area, but I think they needed that. If there's too much going on with the show, it wouldn't have worked.
It would have, I agree, because I feel like it would have taken away from the nostalgia factor and the reason why they're all like that. They stayed true to themselves and kind of went off, how they made their music videos, It was just them chilling, singing the song, maybe driving a car, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, the lowriders.
It's the one and only... D-O-G, Snoop Dogg. Da-da-da-da-da.
Take me back, man. Take me back.
So, okay, follow-up question. I have a lot of follow-up questions today. I don't know why, but I like it. Where would you rank the Shakira and J-Lo performance?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Really? People think differently.
They have good songs. Oh yeah, those are all just fucking horny kids. That's literally their only reason to like it. Like, yeah, it was good. Like, Shakira and J-Lo have like some good songs, But again, it's like I can maybe recall 3 when they're playing it, or 4
Yeah,
max.
fair.
Not even 4, maybe. Probably not even that.
Probably
You
only
know,
3. Yeah.
after that, really, what do I care? You know. And also, that Super Bowl was just like a miserable Super Bowl for me, just because it was, yeah, never mind. But that was just like a really bad Super
Which
Bowl.
Super Bowl was that?
Like I barely even watched it properly. That was the first Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember watching that at somebody's house. That was an annoying
Oh
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
yeah,
Yeah, that was an
yeah.
annoying Super Bowl to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is good
dude.
Super Bowl lineup. I think we got from that top 5. I'm
Good
not
Super
gonna
Bowl.
lie.
Good Super Bowl.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm pretty. I would agree with your list except for 1 or 2.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
really solid.
That's
Though.
just the
I'd agree with
opinion
that.
based list.
One thing though, we got to talk about. I don't know what you think about the commercials, right? And I don't want to get too deep into it, but the commercials don't hit the same. But
Mid.
had a commercial. One man had a commercial that I think was revolutionary. One man had a revolutionary commercial.
Don't say it.
It's Kanye West.
Don't say it. Oh my god! I knew you were gonna say it.
Kanye spent $7 million on this commercial. Like,
It's
he
ridiculous.
paid for a commercial to film on a fucking watermelon in his car, and he literally just said, "Hey man, please just go to Yeezy.com, buy some shoe. I got some shoes there and some actually no, that's about it." And he sold out. And he sold out. He sold out. Like
it's ridiculous.
I can't fault him. Good for him, man. All the other like antics and shit aside, I love that. Every time I watch a Super Bowl ad, I'm like, okay, these people spent millions of dollars on this ad. I do not see how it is possible that they make the money back on this one ad.
But they do.
Surely they are not making that much off an ad that doesn't even say anything or do anything with the product. How many times when you watch a commercial are you just like, oh my god, I have to buy this now? Like, I'm not sitting here buying State Farm every year because of the new commercial. Like,
but then again,
it's just insane.
Then
So you
again.
might as well pull the Kanye approach, spend the money on the ad space, and not spend any of your money on the commercial. He literally said, I don't have any money left, so I'm recording just this commercial now. And dude, see, the thing is, I don't think he actually paid. Most likely, he did not pay the full $7 million because it looks like it was region locked. People in Miami were able to see the commercial, but people in LA did not have the commercial aired for them.
I didn't see the commercial
I'm pretty
live.
sure me in Georgia, I did not see the commercial, so I was really confused when I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I don't think he paid the full $7 million. But even then, do you think that's worth the money for Kanye to make a commercial like that? Do you think he made the right choice there?
To be honest, I think any on-screen appearance for Kanye West is worth the money because for some reason people just go crazy once they see him on the screen, you know? Like, I think out of all the ads, if we're ranking them, like probably Temu and then Kanye and then everything else.
How much money does Temu have? What the
Jeez,
fuck?
bro.
How did they
5-6
pay?
ads, bro? That was ridiculous.
Dude, every single time it cut to commercial,
It was
the first
Temu.
commercial was Temu. How did they have this?
Yeah, they actually, you know, my conspiracy is they made this ad just to show people that it's not called Temu and it's called Temu instead.
Yeah, I was so confused. They said Temu and I was like, what the fuck?
It's ridiculous. I mean,
dude, it's ridiculous.
To be honest, but for Kanye, it's like good timing because it's free publicity for a shitty album, you know?
Free publicity. Okay. We have to talk about this, right? Kanye West has finally released Vultures after release date being pushed back. It finally dropped. I love this album. I'm going to be honest, I love this album. And normally, I've not been a fan of Kanye's recent stuff, but I think to listen to Kanye, I finally have just come to accept that his lyrics are going to be shit. And I think the reason I love this album so much is because it is not his own album. This is a collab album of him and Ty Dolla $ign. Ty Dolla $ign saved this project so hard. Amazing vocals throughout the entire project. Great writing from him throughout the entire project. Kanye, Kanye's not a good rapper. I'm tired of hearing people say Kanye, best rapper alive, Kanye West. Show me a Kanye verse that you heard and you went, ooh. Like, dude, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay? Kanye is a great artist. He's a great artist. Rapper? No. There's very few Kanye verses you can pick out and be like, that was hard. No, there's no way. I'm not giving it up for Kanye going beautiful big naked big titty bitches just don't fall out the sky. Like I I'm not gonna give him like big writers props for that. Like, but as an artist, this album is beautiful. The soundscape it creates, I put on my headphones and just feel transported, man. Like you just hear the ambiance. It just feels grand listening to it. As a producer, it's just Kanye is top tier as a producer, and I wish he could just produce albums for other people and not open his mouth. Like,
Look, I'm so glad it transported to another dimension, but as soon as I heard that first song, I transported it off my phone. I don't want to hear that garbage again. I don't want to hear that
did you
garbage
listen?
ever
Please,
again in my
did you
life.
finish the album? Did you
Nope.
finish the album?
Nope. Nope. I refuse
No.
to.
Wait.
I
Where did you get? Where did you get?
refuse.
Where did you get up to? Where
The
did you get?
first
'Cause
song, halfway through that song, and I deleted it off my phone.
dude,
It's
that's
ridiculous.
why. Bro.
It
The
was
first half is not
ridiculous.
the best.
Ridiculous.
I'm telling you, please start at Burn and go through if you did not like Stars. Even though I think the first half has good songs, start at Burn. Burn literally sounds, not in terms of the lyrics at least, but the flow and style is literally like it's off of The College Dropout.
Oh, wait, you thought I
Or
meant
Late Registration.
hold on. You thought I meant the first half of the album? No. I meant the first half of the
No,
first
first
song.
song.
And
Yeah,
I
no, I know. I heard you.
incinerated it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying go down to Burn. It's number 9 on the album. And if you don't like the first one, because a lot of people say they don't like the first half of the album, that's why I said the first half. I personally thought the first half had some good songs. I liked the song with North on it. I thought it's really sweet actually hearing his daughter on it, and she actually has great like mic presence. I'm not gonna lie, she sounds just like Kanye. And dude, Ty Dolla $ign is just so good. His vocals are so crisp, man. Such a good singer. And the writing on his song with North was actually crazy. You get a hard Freddie Gibbs verse on that song too. Best verse on the album for features, in my opinion, easily. Freddie Gibbs killed that shit.
I usually have a lot of trouble appreciating Kanye West for his music. I do agree he's a good producer, but like his last couple albums have made me so bitter like towards his music, and I don't want to give it a shot anymore. But our resident music head says give it a shot. I'll give it a shot, but I can
Give it a
in
shot.
no
Give it a
right
shot.
in my mind will I give it 100% good listen. It'll be 80% bitter, 20% open to listening to Kanye West. I can't do it.
Here's the thing. If you're going to listen to this album, you can't be focused on the lyrics too much, which is hard for me because like that's normally my thing to enjoy from music. But with Kanye and certain people, I'm starting to understand that you have to turn that off and appreciate the quality of the soundscape they're able to make. Like I think of Kanye as just someone who's able to create music, not and create a feeling and a vibe rather than say something meaningful anymore. I'll leave that to the features if he wants to do that, you know. But some of these songs are crazy, and I'm sure you must have heard stuff about Carnival because Carnival's been everybody's fan favorite so far. It's not my favorite. I think Beg Forgiveness is my favorite, that or Burn, but Carnival is actually crazy. And I'm gonna let you in on a little fact here, right? Kanye West actually committed a crime on his new song Carnival.
What do you mean? What are you talking
So
about?
Kanye, well, sort of. So let me explain, right? So Carnival includes a sample of an old 2010 Kanye song on it. That song's called Hell of a Life. Okay, it's an old Kanye song from 2010. And then that Kanye song samples a live performance of Iron Man by Black Sabbath. Okay. And so, right when that came out, Ozzy Osbourne, lead singer of Black Sabbath, comes out and tweets and posts on Instagram, Kanye West went behind my back and used this song and used this sample, which I did not clear. He asked me permission for this, but I refuse to work with an anti-Semitic person like Kanye. I want zero association with him. I don't want anything to do with him. I did not want the song to be made. So Kanye didn't get approval for the sample, and he still put it on, and that's currently the biggest song on the album, and I'm pretty sure it's the biggest and most listened to song on Spotify period right now.
Did he not just he just beat out Taylor Swift on monthly,
Yeah.
on like monthly on, I think it was monthly listeners, or I forget what it was.
I think so.
Monthly
A lot
listeners.
of things. Also, just current most listens and stuff for the month.
Yeah. I mean, dude, he loses a little money, makes a ton of money on the album. Sucks for Black Sabbath, doesn't it? Really, Kanye is just like we said, he's a great sampler. He's done it a million times before.
I don't.
He samples
Yeah.
well. It's a little shady that he kind of still did it after he said no. I'm sure he could still
I
could
mean,
have
it's
found
not just
another.
shitty. He's not allowed to do that. Like he
Yeah,
can get sued technically for that. I'm pretty
he
sure.
probably is gonna get
I don't
sued.
know how far it'll go because it also just so happened to be the biggest song on the album. So I don't know. Also, the whole rollout was crazy, bro. The fact that I wake up at 5 a.m. The album's not. No, the album came out at like 3 a.m. on Apple Music. It went down 5 a.m. back up, back down. 11 a.m. back up, back down, and now finally it's back up for good. Hopefully, like
And I
it's
wasn't there
just
for
it's
any
just.
of it. I was not there for a single part of it. Not a single
Yeah,
bit.
Spotify users, where are you at now? Man, I've been saying Apple Music's better.
So like when like some people listen to music that they don't listen to usually cuz like they don't know the lyrics and they listen to that music when they study so they can tune out the
Mhm.
music cuz like they can't sing along to it cuz if it's Bruno Mars I'm like, "Oh, yeah, yeah," and no work is
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Yep,
No worries.
I was going to try to do that with Kanye. I was like, "All right, let's give this shit album a listen while I crank out some code." God, I wanted to just incinerate that first song. It was just atrocity what I heard. I was just so
I'm telling
confused.
you,
I'm
give
just
it a
like,
chance. It's not that long of an album. Give it a chance. Ty Dolla Sign actually killed it. And remember, this is just as much his album as it's Kanye's.
yeah, fair enough.
You
But I
know,
mean, I don't know.
so give him a shot.
His
Give him a
sounds are
shot.
kind of like from the future, man. It's like alien sounds. It's like he's
Well,
always
it's
doing
pretty
some
experimental.
weird
Yeah,
shit, some all the
I mean,
time. Like,
that's just kind of right now. It's weird because being experimental is kind of becoming normal. Like we've been seeing it a lot with like people like JPEG Mafia and like Danny Brown to take it to a completely different level.
yeah,
Travis also very experimental. You saw Uzi getting a little experimental last year too. Kanye's
yep,
always
pink
been
tape, yep.
experimental. It's Kanye's always been that kind of guy who wants to be the trendsetter, and I think especially since he's been starting to do that since around probably like maybe like 20 started with 808s really I think at 808s and on he's really been kind of setting the trend of music, and since then I think is when we saw the decline in his quality in terms of a writer. But I don't know, I really like the album, at least so far. This is still the first week it's been out. I'm really liking it. I think it's great for like creating an amazing atmosphere. You feel like you're transported listening to it. Just a beautiful like sonic experience. My favorite song so far, I'm gonna say, is "Burn," because "Burn" or "Beg Forgiveness." "Burn" mainly because of the style and flow Kanye comes in on. It's just so nostalgic to hear that college dropout, late registration flow, and then "Beg Forgiveness." The most amazing crooning from Ty Dolla Sign at the end is just so raw. The vocals, it actually just hits you when you hear it, and I
Mm.
absolutely loved it. So Rishi, I'm telling you, you got to listen to it. Everyone listening here right now, if you have
Do
not
not
listened
listen
to
to
it,
it.
put your opinions of Kanye aside just to listen to it. Just don't have to give Kanye a chance, because I believe me, I'm not giving Kanye as a person any more chances. but
He's lost his
but
chances now.
give the album a chance, because it's not only his album and it's still a great listen. So let us know in the comments what you think about that album if you listen to it.
Listen, man. All I'm saying. This is my final remarks on this right here. Fate of the universe on the line. Aliens coming down with lasers. I hope they kidnap Kanye first. Would save us a lot of trouble. I think save us a lot from more shitty albums. But I'll definitely give the album a try. Maybe it'll convince me that, when the aliens do come down, I will go and try and save Kanye. And this album is going to be the deterministic factor for that, too. So, Kanye,
Mm,
let's hope you didn't fuck up on this album, bro, because you're cooked otherwise. You're so
yeah.
cooked.
I mean, yeah, aliens are coming, man. Aliens are coming.
Like,
And Kanye did say it on his album. Aliens are coming, and Kanye even said it on his album.
isn't
He
that
said, Elon, where's my rocket? Take me home.
isn't that kind of scary though? Isn't that kind of scary to think about that like there's no like hard evidence to like prove that there's actually something out there? Because like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Answer this question. Do you think it's
Mhm.
scarier that there's there's nothing out there and that we're the only unique thing to live in this universe, in this vast, vast universe? Or is it scarier to know that there are other things out there that may be 40 times as technologically advanced as we are. And in a millisecond, they can take over this unique planet we have, so to say, with all these unique people. What is scarier?
I think it's without a doubt scarier that there's stuff out there.
Yeah.
Because I think people will try to be a little too cute and a little too philosophical and stuff and like try to twist it to make it seem like nothing out there is worse. And I get where they're coming from. The fear of the unknown, the fear of non existence is very scary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if there's nothing out there, it's not going to affect us. You know, like it's not going to affect us if there's nothing out there because there's nothing out there to hit us. Like
Yeah.
what's going to happen? The main reason people say nothing out there is being scary is it's because like, wow, so we're the best it gets. And like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, are you that like miserable? Like, I'm sorry. I don't care how like upset you are or something. You're like, oh, it's just too corny. I feel like to be that guy who's like, man, if we're the last hope this universe has, man, we're really doomed, man. Humans are so fucked up, man. How are we the only people here, man? If there's no one out there, we're doomed, bro. Like, you're acting as if some alien's gonna come down and save you, bro. Most likely, if there's outside life, they're gonna kill you. You know?
Yeah. I mean, okay, but there's another side to it, right? Because suppose we are the only thing that's there. There's nothing to say that there isn't other habitable environments for us where we can move on and get more technically advanced. Because, like, what if we find a material like the Wakandans did that'll generate an energy source that'll take us through time? You know, it'll like
Genuinely, an undiscovered resource on another planet could genuinely destroy the world. Not because of the material being like
but the
destructive or
fight to
something.
get
I
it.
think what it would cause is just insane. We're very lucky that all of the major resource conflicts happen a little bit before our time. I mean, obviously stuff is still ongoing with territory disputes, and obviously oil as a resource is always being fought over. But in terms of giant chunks of land, like I've been saying this for a while, like I've been thinking about it. If you think about it, right, Africa, it's really sad what happened to this continent because of colonizers, right? They really just like in the partition of
Colonize
Africa,
us.
they destroyed this beautiful continent, man. This continent, if you think about it, had everything it needed to be the most. They should have been like the dominant, like not species, I guess, but dominant group of people on this planet. The people who lived in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, genetically, Africans have the best genetics in terms
Yeah.
of physical strength
Yeah.
and endurance, without a question. You know, in terms of resources, Africa is the most plentiful resource country. That's why everybody was fighting to take over Africa during the partition of Africa. You know, all these things, and life even started on Africa. Like
It did.
all these things, I feel like were set up for them to succeed, and but just because of outside interference, it's just they just suppressed an entire continent. And if you think about it, they, if anything, were the ones who had the resources at the
To
start
suppress the rest
to
of the
do
world.
it. If nobody told you anything about what color someone was or how history played out, and they just told you there's one group of people who were the first people in the world started on this land, first people were born on this land. These people have the most plentiful natural resources in the entire world. These people are the most naturally dominant physical specimens on the planet. And then here you have some people who, what? What do they have? Like
Obese,
they have
like Coke.
like
Name's
it's
John.
crazy,
Watches
right?
TV all day. um,
Like it's crazy to think about,
yeah,
right?
it's insane.
Like
You know,
like if anything, you would think it's the other way around.
it would. But if you really think about it, let's go back in time to the Egyptians, right? And I'm gonna
Mm.
pinpoint one specific, really, really big thing they did, and that was building the pyramids of Giza.
Never could have guessed that one, man.
But okay, let's break this down, right? We're talking about each stone that's part of the building that pyramid weighing almost a ton. And during that time, they didn't have cranes, they didn't have anything, and they're pulling them from miles, miles, miles away from mountains. And like you said, they are the most physically gifted people on the planet. How the hell did they build that pyramid with their bare hands? And
They didn't. They didn't.
what do you mean?
They didn't. Aliens built it.
Oh my god! I knew you were gonna say something so stupid like that.
Dude, imagine like being one of the like the people who spent their entire day lugging stones up the pyramid just for like like thousands of years later, some person or I don't even know how long ago that was, but like so many years later, people just to say like, oh, some alien just came down, beamed him up, no problem, and that guy's rolling around in his grave, bro. Like,
He's like, damn, bro, so all that for nothing. No, but like, okay, but think about it. After building those things, you would think that they are the most technologically advanced species in the entire world. How the hell did they get suppressed? How did it happen? How the hell did they let
well,
again?
the pyramid was mainly slave labor, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying they had the minds, they had the tools, they had the resources, they had the
Mm,
physically gifted bodies to do whatever the hell they wanted to the world. I mean, I guess for them, it was more about building and saving your natural resources than exploring the
mm,
world, which is why they probably got beat to the race of exploring the world and actually creating a dominant society, not only
mm.
in Africa, which is probably part of it
Yeah.
because these people probably went to Africa and then the Africans never thought of conflicting war upon people because they were just keeping them to themselves. And these guys, well, obviously had different plans and then attacked them, went for them, took them
Mm,
away, and then created a whole history of slavery and indentured servitude, which suppressed an entire society all the way up to the 1800s, and that fight is still going on, against colored
yeah.
people of all sorts. Like obviously we don't endure it as much as they do, but in some sorts, in some ways, we as colored people also endure that some sort of,
Mm.
discrimination.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, for sure. And obviously like it's impossible to say for certain which way it could have gone. We're not like expert historians or anything. But just at first glance, this is just what seems like it would make sense, you know? And unfortunately, just who got there first is the problem. Who decided to go out there first? Who knows if it was the other way around, what could have happened, you know, if it would have happened, you
yeah,
know, if Africans were the first ones to explore the world and venture in other countries, would they have even thought to start colonizing? Who knows what would happen,
that's
you
the
know?
thing. Everything we know is almost word of mouth, and like we have no way of knowing if they were actually the true first civilization. This is just writings and stories and everything.
Yeah.
And down the line, there's obviously some figmentation created from that, which could be so far from the truth, but it's just they heard that from somebody, wrote it down, and now everybody is learning that exact same thing. So
Yeah.
who
Also,
knows what?
what happened? What happened to the people who built the pyramids? Like, how are you telling me that that many years later we've still to this day not built something more impressive than that?
Yeah, how? I just feel
How?
like I feel like to that point
What
they
was lost? What was lost? It's just like ancient Rome. You know how like ancient Rome was like so advanced for its time, but they just got wiped out, and the entire world was set back so many years because they were wiped out.
Yeah. I think we've kind of branched towards a different type of innovation. Then it was buildings and that was their way of showing their power and their ability to create things. But now it's like
Mm,
I think we've just branched to technology. Technology is everything. I feel like all the data that we've collected ever, I feel like the majority of that has come from the last 5 years in our life, you know.
yeah.
Like the majority has come
Okay.
from just this innovation of
Mm.
technology.
Answer this question then, right? What is more impressive, building the Great Pyramids of Giza or the current iPhone? What is a more impressive feat?
Man, I would have to say, based on the resources that they had at both times, just because the computer was already made by the time the iPhone came out, uh, I would have to say the pyramids pretty easily. That is probably one of the most like technological and not even technological, like the most like I don't even know how to describe it. It's that amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like they just did a
Yeah.
tremendous job, and it's not only the pyramids, the intricacy inside of the pyramids. The tombs, all the tunnels and
Yeah.
pathways, and who knows? They might have the iPhone -1 then. They might have had the very first iPhone. We just don't know about it. It's deep down in
Yeah.
those tombs. You know?
King Tut's got it, man. King Tut's
What
got
do you
it.
think? What do you think?
I do honestly, this is gonna sound really weird, right? But what's more impressive? Like, forget the resources they had at the time. Okay. if you obviously take into account the resources they had at the time, the pyramid's more difficult to do. But at the same time, today, do you think we could build a pyramid? We have the technology to do it.
Easily.
Do you think we could do it though?
Easily. Probably not to the intricacy that they
Right.
built it.
Yeah.
Probably not to the same level.
Probably not. I think that's more of a question of commitment rather than if we're able to.
I agree. I feel like now, like, why waste our resources on a pyramid? We're already $31 trillion in debt. Why build a pyramid now?
Yeah, exactly. Build a giant ass pyramid. Oh my god! Actually, here's a really funny question, right? If America built a pyramid, and obviously pyramids are tombs, America builds a pyramid tomorrow, who do you think goes into the pyramid tomb? Who do you think deserves the pyramid tomb in America?
Man. That's a tough question. I think we put our
do someone who's already dead. Who's already dead?
I think we put our first president.
Who do you think deserves to be there?
I think we put our first president, G. Wash, in there.
Oh.
I think that's just like the basic, but solid answer. Just based off how history is, you put the king. You put the king. You don't put the successor.
What if it was built in 2000?
That
2000 on, who died? Who you think should go under there?
That wouldn't change my answer. It would still be.
Well, I don't think we have access to George Washington anymore, man.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that. It's hard to say because we just like there's so many people who have impacted our society like that. Back then, they just bury every king there was into that freaking pyramid, just stuff them inside, and be like, "All right, whoever's next is going in the pyramid with them." It's just
Dude, imagine they did like Michael Jackson or like Stephen Hawking, and then 2 years after they died, all this shit just comes out. And they built a pyramid for this guy.
This guy was like probably the worst man ever to live. That's actually so funny.
Michael Jackson's buried in the pyramid, and they're like, "Well, Billie Jean was pretty good."
You just like have to find like 10 ways to justify it at that point, because if you're like, well, he did this even though this happened.
The Netherlands documentary comes out and they're just like
they just pull him out of the pyramid, throw him out, be like, yeah, you're gone, buddy, like your time's done.
You're done.
Oh man.
That was a good episode, man. Unfortunately, no Nishk and Prem. We should be back sorted for next week, man. Amazing talks this week. Great Super Bowl. Great halftime. Great album. Pyramids coming.
I was about to agree with that, but I sophisticatedly disagree with that from my sophisticated opinion. As a big,
also an uneducated opinion.
Fair.
You haven't listened.
Uneducated yet good opinion.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us everywhere at Famous Chili Pod. See you next week.
Peace.